Good evening. As we come on the air in the West tonight, it is great to have you with us on this Wednesday evening. And as we come on the air this evening, the nation has now reached that grim new milestone. More than 250,000 lives lost to the coronavirus. And in a sign of the worsening emergency across this country, New York City tonight, the original epicenter, suddenly making the call to close public schools, turning to remote learning for now. Governors across the country imposing new restrictions tonight. We are now averaging 160,000 new cases a day in this country in the past week alone. That's the worst we've seen since this began. And that stark new number tonight, more than 250,000 lives. Many hospitals and frontline workers say they're near their breaking point. Nearly 77,000 people in the hospital with COVID, and that's a record. And the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota tonight reporting more than 900 staff have tested positive in just the past 2 weeks. This all comes amid news on that Pfizer vaccine tonight, what they now plan to do by Friday, and what we've learned about the vaccine and our seniors. We have it all covered for you tonight, beginning with ABC's Stephanie Ramos, right here in New York.
Tonight, in a sign of this worsening emergency across the country, New York City, the original coronavirus epicenter, forced to shut down schools again. The mayor saying the COVID test positivity rate hit the 3% 7-day average, forcing 300,000 of the city's 1.1 million students back to online learning full-time.
And I want to emphasize to parents, to educators, to staff, to kids, that we intend to come back and come back as quickly as possible.
Today's abrupt decision coming at the end of the school day, sparking anger and confusion. Students and parents given just hours to prepare for tomorrow.
The numbers have been so good in the schools. They aren't a place of transmission, and then to get that news, shocked, mad, and then heartbroken for the kids.
The city now joining districts like Los Angeles, Chicago, and San Francisco that have been fully remote this entire school year. And it's not just the major cities. Some schools in Kentucky and Minnesota switching to virtual school as well. And all this as the nation marks that devastating toll. More than 250,000 Americans killed by COVID.
Right now, we are in a absolutely dangerous situation. This is not crying wolf.
And tonight, Michigan and Oregon among several states reimposing restrictions. Governors issuing new warnings to rethink Thanksgiving gatherings. From New York.
You know what love is on Thanksgiving? I love you so much, and I'm so thankful for you that I'm not going to see you.
To Massachusetts.
Today, we're urging everybody to make a difficult choice this Thanksgiving.
The CDC urging families to only celebrate with members of their own household. But if more guests are invited, stay outside or open windows inside. Don't gather for long periods of time and keep the gathering small so guests can stay 6 feet apart and wear masks. As families prepare, grocery stores are running low on supplies. Some chains issuing new purchasing limits on cleaning supplies and toilet paper. But the holiday celebration taking a back seat for the hundreds of thousands of frontline healthcare workers, with nearly 77,000 Americans battling the virus inside hospitals, a new record.
I feel like I'm in that fight or flight mode, having my patient call their family member before we intubate for the last time, for the last video message, and then the silence that follows after it's really hard.
And in a sign of how many doctors and nurses may be nearing a breaking point, nearly 900 workers testing positive at the Mayo Clinic. Arkansas, one of 19 states hitting record hospitalizations. The governor with a sobering warning about how many more people could die by the end of the year.
That if Arkansas continues at the present pace over the last 2 days, then Arkansas will have an additional 1,000 Arkansans that will die as a result of COVID-19 between now and Christmas.
Wyoming reporting a staggering 90% positivity rate, the highest in the country. South Dakota, the second worst state, and the governor there is still resisting a mask mandate. The virus claiming more than 1,000 American lives every day. George Longoria, a beloved Houston Astros security guard, lost his life to COVID. George's daughter Lauren with a blunt message for anyone taking the virus lightly.
I can't tell you the amount of people, friends of my dad, who have said, "Oh, I didn't take it seriously before your dad. Like, I didn't know anyone else who got it. Sorry it took my dad to die for you to take it seriously."
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is predicting a tremendous spike in COVID cases after Thanksgiving, saying New York City could face more restrictions on businesses, houses of worship, and gatherings. Gyms and hair salons, for instance, could be forced to close, and restaurants will only be able to offer outdoor dining limited to parties of 4 and takeout, David.
As we're seeing this across the country tonight, Stephanie, thank you. And as I mentioned...
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.